May we please remain standing as we sing the national anthem to commence this public hearing. After the count of 2. 1, 2. Thank you. You may please take your seat. Thank you. Your Excellency, Mr. Chairman, honorable members, for us to commence this public hearing, it is important to commit this event into the hands of the Almighty. May I invite Honorable Femi Fakeye to please lead us in an opening prayer.
Okay, so let us pray. Almighty God, Creator and Ruler of heaven and of the earth, we pray thee to inspire and guide all our counsel and actions so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the peace, unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Your Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Representative Femi Abdulhakeem Gajabia Mila, ably represented by the capable Deputy Leader of the House of Representatives, Honorable Comrade Peter Oizoje Akpatasi, the Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Pension, Honorable Kabiru Alhassan Rurum, the Deputy Chairman, Honorable Bamidele Salam, very, very respected and hardworking members of this committee, the Inspector General of Police represented, the Controller General of the Correctional Service represented, the DG, Pension Commission, and other DGs present here, the representative of the Nigerian Labour Congress and other labor unions here present, the ordinary president and founder of Human Rights Radio and Television, respected market women and men, elder statesmen here present, civil society organizations, other invited guests, my colleagues, members of the pen profession, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You're welcome to the House of Representatives Committee on Pension public hearing on 2 bills. First is a bill for an act to amend the Pension Reform Act 2014 to provide for the exemption of the Nigerian Police Force from the contributory pension scheme and for related matters, HB 1578, sponsored by no other person but the vocal and very vibrant Honorable Francis Ogene Waive. The second one is a bill for an act to amend the Section 1C 7281 18 24 and 99 of the Pension Reform Act, Cap P50 LFN 2014, by providing that a pensioner shall receive at least 75% of his retirement benefits immediately upon retirement and criminalize the undue delay in the payment of pension, HB 1008, sponsored by another vibrant honorable member, Honorable Jimo Aremu Olaifa. These two bills were presented on the floor of the Green Chamber, and the House, after thorough deliberation, mandated this committee to carry out this public hearing to get the view of you stakeholders. Today is the allotted day for this public hearing, and without much ado, Your Excellency, and for us to save time, if you permit me, Mr. Chairman, we take introduction from this side of the divide, while introduction from stakeholders will come when we get to the technical stage of this public hearing. Mr. Chairman, sir. Thank you. May we start introduction from the honorable members from your far right, sir. Honorable, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, my honorable colleagues, invited guests. Shoyinka Olatunji is the name. I'm from Lagos Center of Excellence. I represent the very good people of Surulere Federal Constituency, a member of this committee. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Chair, honorable members, invited guests, I'm Honorable Saidu Yusuf Miga. I represent Jahun Miga Federal Constituency. I'm from Jigawa State, member of this committee. Thank you.
Thank you. My right honorable speaker, ably represented by Deputy Majority Leader, my committee chairman, my respected colleagues, our invited guests. My name is Honorable Musa Umar Garu, member representing Gwarzakawa Federal Constituency. I am from Kano State.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Right Honorable Speaker, ably represented by the Deputy Majority Leader, the Chairman of this committee, Honorable Kabir Al-Hassan Rulu, honorable colleagues, the Inspector General of Police, DG Pencom, other invited guests. I'm Honorable Jimo Aremu Olaifa, member representing Egbado North and Imekoa from Federal Constituency. I'm from Ogun State, a member of this committee, and the sponsor of the second bill. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody, one more time. My name is Femi Fakeye from Osun State, member of this committee and leader, Southwest, in the House. Thank you.
Good morning, the representative of the Speaker. Good morning, my own chair, respected colleagues, our invited guests. My name is Benjamin Bem Mzondo. I speak for the people of Makudi Goma. We are from Benue State and also the Speaker of the Teaming Unemployed Youth of Nigeria. Good morning.
Mr. Speaker.
Good morning. Good morning, the representative of the Right Honorable Speaker, our leader, Honorable Patterson, the chairman of this very laudable committee, the deputy chairman, highly respected colleagues, the secretariat, our invited guests. My name is Rep Otumba Adeunmi Oriyomi Ononuga. I represent the fabulously united people of Ikene, Shagamu, Remo North. I am from Ogun State, a very proud member of this committee by, let me leave that bit. I'm also the chair House Committee on Women's Affairs, and and the only woman seated here on this side of the divide to represent the women. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Honorable Pharmacist Guluga Dele Ikenguju. I represent the people of Okitipupa Federal Constituency. I'm from Ondo State. Please forgive my indiscretion. I should have recognized first the representative of our speaker, our leader, Honorable Akwatasin, the chairman of this committee, my honorable colleagues. I hope I'm forgiven. Thank you very much.
The representative of the Right Honorable Speaker, the chairman of this occasion, I please want to stand on the protocol that has been established a while ago. Mohammed Omar Bio is my name. I speak for all the people of Barutin and Kayama Federal Constituency. I come from Kwara State. I'm a proud member of this committee. You're welcome.
Right Honorable Speaker, ably represented by our leader, Right Honorable Patterson, the able chairman of this committee and his deputy, honorable colleagues, our esteemed guest. Francis A. Girogane Waive is my name, and I represent the entire people of Ugele, Ugele North, Ugele South, and Udu. I am from Delta State and the sponsor of the first bill we are considering in this.
The right, the Honorable Speaker, ably represented by our leader, Honorable Patterson. Mr. Chairman, my very highly respected colleagues, our guests, I am Right Honorable Dumnamene Deko. I represent the environmentally terrorized people of Gokana Federal Constituency. I'm a proud Ogoni man from Rivers State.
Mr. Chairman and fellow colleagues, and the Honorable Speaker, ably represented by our leader, Honorable Akwatase, my name is Honorable Ogene Ego. I represent all the good people, of Amuodo Federal Constituency. I'm a member of this committee, I'm a supporter of that bill, and I'm also a Lagosian. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. My name is Madaki Amir Gololo. I represent Gamawa Federal Constituency. I'm from Bauchi State.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, the representative of Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, and the general public. My name is Honorable Ifeanyi Chudimoma. I speak for the people of Ihiala Federal Constituency. I am from Anambra State. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Reps, represented by our leader, Leader Patterson. Your Excellency, the Chairman of this committee, Right Honorable Al-Hassan Rurum, honorable colleagues. My name is Ba Medele Salam. I represent at the North, at the South, Egbedore Ejibo Federal Constituency of Osun State. I'm the Deputy Chairman of this House Committee on Pension. Thank you.
The Right Honorable Speaker, my respected colleagues, our invited guests, and the other senior citizens of this nation, I remain Right Honorable Kabira Lasarurum. I am from Kano. I represent Toranobunko, the TB Federal Constituency, and the Chairman House Committee on Pension. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. While the chairman was introducing himself, another member walked in. I don't know. Honorable Kuku. Introduction, sir.
Thank you very much, my respected Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, my good friend, the chairman, my senior colleagues, who are still my constituents. You are welcome to this very important public hearing. My name is Honorable Dr. Shehu Koko from Kebbi State, a former police officer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your Excellency, just as I did before your arrival, let me again apologize on behalf of this committee for not starting this program as scheduled. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your patience. Thank you. Your Excellency, may I, on this note, invite for the welcome address the Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Pensions, very hardworking, very dedicated, very brilliant, honorable member from Kano State, Honorable Kabiru Al-Hassan Ruru, to please step forward and present his welcome address.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The Right Honorable Speaker, ably represented here by our leader and comrade Peter Patterson, my respected and distinguished honorable members of the House Committee on Pension and the other members from the National Assembly, the Director General National Pension Commission and their team, representative of the Inspector General of Police, DIG Simon Lemu, and the other senior police officers here present, representative of TUC, Comrade Barrister Musa Lawal, coordinator Contributory Pension Union Association of Nigeria, here present, National President, Nigerian Union of Pensioners, President of NECA, Thompson Akpabio, other senior stakeholders from various organizations, our senior citizens, ladies and gentlemen and members of the press, Assalamu alaikum. Today is a very historic and unique day where we all gathered here to listen to the yearning and aspiration of our senior citizens and the other senior stakeholders in the pension industries. I am delighted to welcome all of you to this very important public hearing on a bill for an act to amend the Pension Reform Act 2014 to provide for exemption of the Nigerian Police Force from the contributory pension scheme and for related matters, House Bill 1578, and a bill for an act to amend Section 1, subsection C, Section 7, subsection 2, Section S, subsection 1, 1824, and 99 of the Pension Reform Act, CAP P50LFN 2014, by providing that a pensioner shall receive at least 75% of his retirement benefit immediately upon retirement, and criminalize the undue delay in the payment of pension, House Bill 1008. The objective of this public hearing is to obtain information and expert opinions on the proposed legislations. It is also to provide the opportunity for our senior citizens to take part in the legislative process. The first bill, House Bill 1578, which seeks to amend Section 5, Subsection 1A of the Pension Reform Act 2014, is to provide for the exemption of the Nigerian Police Force from the contributory pension scheme. There are many supporters and opponents of this bill. While many supporters consider the financial implications of police existing from the contributory pension scheme and the impact it will have on the pension industries in general. Others think that it will only be national and fair to also edit the Nigerian Police Force from the contributory pension scheme, just like its sister agencies, military,
DSCS, NIA, and the other security agencies, whatever position the committee will adopt, be assured that this National Assembly will always have the interests of its people at heart and the country at large. The second bill, Art Bill 1008, which has been gazetted, seeks to ensure that a pensioner receive at least 75% of his retirement benefits immediately upon retirement and criminalize the undue delay in the payment of his pension. The reason why we decided to use this opportunity to hear from the public and receive their input is because very soon the PRA Act 2014 will be reviewed holistically, and some of the abuse here today will be considered in the amendment of the Act that is coming on very soon. A careful look at the two bills will reveal that they are important to our senior citizens and the pension industries in general. We therefore urge all the stakeholders at this hearing to critically consider the two bills with a view to providing a suggestion and useful input that will improve the life of our retirees and strengthen the nation's pension industries. At this juncture, I urge all stakeholders present to feel free and express make your suggestion. Your suggestion will count because the committee has resolved to consider all shades of opinion on the bill, and inshallah we are going to act soonest. Thank you and God bless you. I wish you happy return to us. Married is not safely. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think my chairman deserves a better round of applause. Thank you, sir. Today is plenary day. I'm sure the representative of the Honorable Speaker, who of course is the Deputy Leader of the House of Representatives, will want to join the Speaker in the chamber. Your Excellency, on this note, with the permission of Mr. Chairman, honorable members of this committee, invited stakeholders, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to invite the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Representative Femi Abdulhakeem Gbajabiamila, ably represented by the capable Deputy Leader of the House of Representatives, Honorable Comrade Peter Oizoja Patterson, to please present the address of Mr. Speaker and declare this public hearing open. Your Excellency, sir.
The Chairman, House Committee on Pension, my distinguished and respected colleagues, members of the committee, senior citizens who are here present today, pensioners like me, senior pensioners, of course, representatives of various agencies, distinguished members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to represent Mr. Speaker. First, I want to extend his sincere, appreciation to those of you who are here as senior citizens of this country. Mr. Speaker is currently engaged in yet another very critical national assignment. Otherwise, he had wanted to be present here himself to deliver this speech. But kindly excuse Mr. Speaker and the House. I'm here to present the remarks of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila, at this opening ceremony of the public hearing by the House Committee on Pensions, Conference Room number 23, on this important date. It is my pleasure to address you at this public hearing by the House Committee on Pension. This exercise is aimed at strengthening some fundamental legislations in our pension industry with a view to improving the welfare of our senior citizens. Specifically, this public hearing is in respect of the following two bills. Ordinarily, after Mr. Chair has mentioned this, I would have just skipped it to move on to the next thing. But because of the strategic importance of these two bills, and because of the respect that we have as a house for the senior citizens of this country, and because we have also realized that over the years, a lot of them pass through very strenuous conditions and situations to get their own dues, we thought that we should re-emphasize this. Thank you. The bills are a bill for an act to amend the Pension Reform Act 2014 to provide for exemption of the Nigerian police force from the contributory pension scheme and for related matters, HB 1578. The second one is a bill for an act to amend sections 1C, 7C, 81, 1824, and 99 of the Pension Reform Act Cap P50, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2014, by providing that a pensioner shall receive at least 75% of his retirement benefits immediately upon retirement and criminalize the undue delay in the payment of pension, HB 1002. We cannot feign ignorance of the stress and delay our retirees experience before assessing their benefits after serving the nation for so many years. I am optimistic that the amendment this bill seeks to effect on the 2014 Pension Reform Act will provide the needed solution. It is the expectation of the House of Representatives that the two bills we are here to deliberate upon today will effect the needed critical intervention to improve the welfare of our retirees and enhance the pension industry. Let me commend stakeholders who have responded positively by their presence here today. And I assure you, just as the committee chairman has earlier said, that our views will count in the determination of the contents and quality of this legislation. I have no doubt that this interactive discourse will add much needed value to the process of enacting these bills into law. I thank every participant for attending this hearing, being willing to share with us your wise views, expertise, professionalism, and wealth of experience. On this note, I take the pleasure to declare this public hearing open and wish you fruitful deliberation. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, Mr. Chairman, honorable members, invited stakeholders, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, the public hearing has been declared open. I am sure the representative of the Honorable Speaker will want to leave. But before he leaves, it is important for this committee to at least say thank you. May I, on this note, invite the Deputy Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Pensions, Honorable Bamidele Salam from Osun State, to please present the vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, the Chairman of this committee, and honorable colleagues, our very distinguished guests, including senior citizens of this great country. My task is to present a vote of thanks on behalf of this committee to the Speaker of the House of Reps, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila ably represented by our leader, Comrade Right Honorable Abatasen. And I want to just say that we very much appreciate the fact that out of the very busy schedule that you have, because today being a day where we hold our plenary, the leadership of the House is usually very, very busy with matters that will ensure that we have a very seamless proceeding. In spite of that very busy schedule, you found time to come here today to identify with this work. And so on behalf of the chairman of this committee and my colleagues in the committee, I want to say thank you to you. And I pray that the Almighty God will continue to guide and to lead you. We also want to thank everyone who has found time to come here today, that as we begin the deliberations, we pray that at the end of it all, we're going to do right, and the Almighty God will lead us to do the needful for the advancement of this country. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. With that, we have come to the end of the opening ceremony of this public hearing. Your Excellency, we thank you for coming. Mr. Chairman, honorable members, invited stakeholders, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the technical stage of this public hearing. Mr. Chairman, before I hand over the microphone to you, sir, while your deputy was presenting the vote of thanks, 2 or 3 honorable members steps in. With your permission, sir, may we take introduction from those members, starting from Honorable Akinjo.
My indefatigable chairman, deputy, and very courageous member of the parliament, all invited stakeholders. My name is Rep. Barrister Kolade V. Akinjo. I represent the very important people of Elijah State of Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, I'm from Ondo State. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, my respected colleagues, our invited guests. I am Mukhtar Shehuladen. I speak for Magharibi Kudan Federal Constituency. I'm from Kaduna State and a member of this committee. Good morning.
Sarki Dairu is my name. I represent Lafia of Federal Constituency. I'm from Nasarawa State.
My chair, deputy chair, my honorable colleagues, invited guests. My name is Honorable Amir Tukur Idris, member representing Backward and Federal Constituency. I'm from Kaduna State, member of this committee. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, our special guest, I remain Honorable High Chief Ifeabe, member representing the good people of Okpe, Saple, and Uye, Federal Constituency of Delta State, a pure Delta.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman, the Deputy Chairman, invited stakeholders, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chairman, let me seize the opportunity to thank you for allowing me to anchor the opening ceremony of this public hearing. On this note, sir, you are in charge, sir.
Thank you, our MC. Can we clap for the MC? Thank you. My respected and distinguished colleagues, our invited guests, I need to recognize the presence of the representative of the Nigeria Labour Congress, who happens to be a former member of this Green Chamber, and the Chief Executive Officer of PNOF, who are almost the custodian of all what we are going to discuss here, because they own the money on behalf of the retirees. So you are all welcome. So we are starting by roll call. Those who are going to make presentations. First and foremost, I will have to appreciate the mover of the motion, and I would like him to say a word or two. And anybody who is going to speak, please, maybe we are going to allocate 5 minutes each because of the numbers of those who are willing to make presentation here. We have about 40 different stakeholders, so at least we have to minimize our time, please and please. And we don't want anybody to interrupt anybody, because you can hold your own views, and another person can have his own different views. That is why we decided to invite all the stakeholders in the industry. Thank you. Honorable Francis, where are you? Okay.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, my able chair.
Please, Honorable, hold on. Please, we don't want any clapping or not clapping for anybody. We are here for serious business. Yes, thank you.
My able chair, deputy, honorable colleagues, my esteemed guests, I welcome you all to this public hearing of the Bill for an Act to amend the the Pension Reform Act to provide for the exemption of the Nigerian Police Force from the contributory pension scheme and for related matters, of which I am the proud sponsor. The bill seeks to provide the legal framework in amending Section 5, subsection 1, paragraph A, Pension Reform Act of 2014, to include the Nigerian Police Force as part of the categories of persons exempted from the contributory pension scheme.
I'm sorry, please, just try and summarize. You don't have to go through the whole thing, because it's
Thank you very much,
pages.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Those presently exempted are the military, and the intelligence, the secret service, and all of that. The Nigerian contributory pension scheme was designed after the Chilean experience, where the military and the police were exempted. But in our case, when the law was enacted, somehow the police was left out of it. And I thought this was not good enough, judging from the fact that the police, they carry a lot of the burden. In fact, most of the burden of law enforcement in the country. And in a period where there is insecurity across the country, the police needs all the encouragement to be able to do their job effectively. Towards this end, I also considered the take-home after retirement comparatively between police and other security agencies. For instance, a DSP goes home with 2.5, and an Army, I beg your pardon, a DSP 2.5, ASP 1.5, whereas an Army captain or a DSS equivalent goes home with 12.8 million and 10.3 million respectively. Now let's compare the monthly take home. The monthly take home. The DSP goes home with 31,600 and a captain goes home with 180,000 monthly. The difference is too much. A police inspector retired gets 15,000 naira monthly, whereas a warrant officer gets 120,000 naira monthly. I think that what is good for the goose is good for the gander. After one has served this country for 35 years, one should look forward to retirement with expectation, with joy, and with peace. But for members of the Nigerian Police Force, when retirement is coming, it is a time for fear, a time for trepidation, and many even die before the proper retirement comes. In these days of insecurity, Mr. Chairman, I believe that one magic word that can solve the insecurity problem in this country is to enhance the living conditions of our policemen, both serving and retired. And the amendment of this bill will be the right step in the right direction. I understand that it will cost government a lot of money to do this, but government has the money. After all the monies that come from the anti-corruption agencies, allowing them fallow. We can get more than 3 trillion naira to finance this from there. What about the round tripping that is done in currency, in foreign currency, in fuel subsidy, importation of toothpick and all that? All those monies can be funneled into funding the exit of the police. I believe that some other people might want to pull out when police successfully pulls out. It shows that there's a fundamental problem with the contributory pension scheme. And that means that we must go back to the drawing board and address those issues so that this scheme will be able to survive.
Thank you. Your time is up.
It's for the entire country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm rounding up.
You know when
this scheme is for all Nigerians and not created just for the police. Chairman, this ninth assembly, we have done something that has not been done before. We passed the PIB. We broke the chains. Let's build on that and create an image for ourselves as the ninth assembly that did it for Nigerians. Let's pass this.
Thank you, Randolph.
I thank you.
Randolph. Please, off that mic. No, that's it. Please, I am appealing again. We should not distract the public hearing by clapping or booing. This is an avenue for all the stakeholders to say their mind. So please be guided. So let me start. After the sponsor of the bill's presentation, I would like to call the representative or the head of civil service of the Federation if they have any presentation to make. Is anybody representing the office of the head of service? No? Nobody from the head of service? Put it on record that nobody can. Next, Nigerian Police Force. I believe the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Lemo, is here to present the IGP and the entire police officers of this our great nation. So, dear IG, you have 5 minutes to make your presentation. Thank you.
The Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, ably represented by Honorable Akpatason, the Chairman of this committee, Honorable members of this great committee, DIGs and senior police officers here present, the representative of Controller General of the Correctional Services, DG Pensions, senior police officers, chairman of the ARPON, NUC, NLC, TUC, officials and their representative here present, the chairperson of Market Women and her members, civil society organizations here present, our senior colleagues here present, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm honored to represent the Inspector General of Police at this important interaction which has been organized to seek the input of the Nigerian police into a bill for an act to amend the Pension Reform Act 2014. And B, a bill for an act to amend Section 1C 7281 18 24 and 99 of the Pension Reform Act, CAP P50, Law of Federation of Nigeria. Before proceeding, permit me to, in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police, convey his sincere apology for his inability to personally lead members of this delegation. This was due to exigencies which was unavoidable. He has an official engagement elsewhere. It will be recalled that in the year 2004, the Contribution Pension Scheme was enacted by the National Assembly as the law governing pension practices with the title Pension Reform Act 2004. However, since its inception, the dream for an improved pension scheme for the Nigerian police remains a mirage in view of the plethora of hiccups being experienced by retired police officers. Some of the identifiable challenges
sorry, the
are chronic in our main report.
Sorry, the DIG, let me interject here. We don't have the copy of that presentation. We need to have copies here for our proper record.
This is the abridged report. We have the detail that will be submitted.
Huh?
Yeah, we have the abridged. This is the abridged.
You have submitted it? What I'm trying to ask the DIG, is that what you have submitted to the committee or you are about to submit?
We'll submit it. We'll submit it.
Huh?
We'll submit. We will submit it.
You will submit. Okay. Okay, go ahead. When you finish, we need that submission immediately, please.
I think there was a confusion because we received the letter very lately and we just have to honor the invitation. And that is why I came with the abridged presentation, detail of which will be submitted. Thank you.
Okay.
It will be recalled that in the year 2004, the contributory pension scheme was enacted by the National Assembly as the law governing pension practices with the title Pension Reform Act 2004. However, since its inception, the dream for an improved pension scheme for the Nigerian police remains a mirage in view of the plethora of hiccups being experienced by retired police officers. Some of the identifiable challenges are chronic in the details in our main report. Against the background of these compelling challenges, the need for the exit of the members of the Nigerian police force who perform both military and intelligence functions in addition to their statutory functions from the current contribution pension scheme has become expedient. The justification for this position is that the Nigerian police force is the lead agency saddled with the responsibility of maintaining internal security, law and order in the country with attendant risks and sacrifices, including the supreme sacrifice by virtue of their statutory responsibility. As such, should get equal treatment with the armed forces and other intelligence services. Meanwhile, the unpleasant experiences of retired police officers under the present scheme has a tendency to demotivate officers and men and also serve as incentive for corrupt practices in a bid to avert similar fate upon eventual retirement. In the light of the above, it is evident that there is a compelling need to review the pension regime governing the Nigerian police force. Having diligently reviewed the bills for an act to amend the Pension Reform Act 2014, the Nigerian police leadership is convinced that the amendment being proposed will not only significantly address the age-long challenges associated with the pension administration in the force, they will be in the overall best interest of the entire members of the force, both retired and serving police officers. It is therefore suggested that the bills should be passed as proposed, since it constitutes a valuable opportunity for addressing the existing imbalance and the aforementioned plight of the police retirees once and for all. It is equally our prayer that all hands should be on deck towards ensuring that this amendment, which has the potential of turning around the fortunes of the force and lives of retirees, is successfully passed into law before the end of this current legislative assembly. On this note, I wish to once again immensely thank both the distinguished senators and honorable members of the House of Representatives for consistently prioritizing the interests of the Nigerian police force and for committing to the enhancement of the administrative and operational capacity of the force by legislating to advance the reform agenda of the federal government. We look forward to the sustenance of this partnership in the overriding national security interests of our beloved country. Thank you and God bless.
Okay, Honorable Dr. Shehu Koko, do you have something to say?
Thank you, my good friend and the chairman of this all-important committee. I really want to raise a motion regarding the submission of the Nigerian police force that should be adopted, and prayers should be adopted in ongoing process. I so move, Mr. Chairman. Okay, is in correspondence to that, you should lay the report to the table of the chairman for consideration, please. Thank you.
So there you can make you can present it. Original data man has seconded. So next, Federal Ministry of Justice. Anybody from Federal Ministry of Justice to represent the Attorney General of the Federation? Any representation from the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation? No? Nigeria Labour Congress. Anybody from NLC? Okay. Comrade, honorable comrade, please. We don't have your presentation here. When? When did you submit? When? This morning. Okay. 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 Okay, you can continue.
Can I go on? Honorable Chairman of the committee, honorable members of the committee, good afternoon. We are very much aware that the time is short, so we'll summarize. So the big question is, we should look at how did we get to where we are? Why the Pension Act, even in the first place? We have all been involved in the defined benefit, but we practically came to a point.
Honorable, please kindly introduce yourself and your position in NLC, please.
Okay. I am Honorable Comrade Uche Ekwe, a former member of the House, Vice Chairman of House Committee on Labor 1999 to 2003. I am the head of International Relations Nigerian Labour Congress and the liaison officer to the National Assembly. Thank you. The big question is, how did we get here? We got to a point where the entire pension scheme in the country collapsed. People retire without getting anything of pension. The nation was thoroughly embarrassed. Where senior citizens of the country were sleeping in the streets of Abuja. It was difficult for us in the NLC to accept contributory pension. Ordinarily, we would have insisted on remaining on defined benefit. But reality told us that we must make a shift, thereby the birth of what we have today as the contributory pension. It was a major shift because many people were employed on the understanding that they will have a pension at the end of the day. But we can't live in an understanding that it's not working. So we become real that something different must happen. I had the privilege of being involved in all the road to the creation of this act. The challenges, the bringing in of the ideas of the Chilean, and all the debates that went around it. Honorable members, having seen that it wouldn't work, we assented to what we have today. Over the years, we have seen the difference. But let me make the remark that it was not difficult for me as a person to accept moving away from the defined benefit. Because as a young unionist, before coming to the House, during the military era, when Abacha increased pension to 100%, I had a direct personal experience where the pensioners of the then Anambra State went to the then military administrator to seek for the implementation of the 100% increase. Of course, the submission from the system said that that time that the state needed 9.5 million to pay pensions and to do a 100% increase, that the then government cannot afford to do the 100% increase. Honorable members, when we disagreed with the ministry administrator, he now said, NLC, go and pay and confirm that this is workable. I was given the opportunity to chair the committee. What we saw was a disaster. What was needed to pay the pension of the state was 5.2 million after we finished payment. That was how the military administrator made that increment to 100%. Because he saw he needed just an additional 1 million to what was written off the state. What is the point I'm trying to make? The former was fraught by a lot of corruption. That corruption came to the head, to the celebrated cases of minor and so many cases. It became so horrible, and we saw that pensioners will die. Honorable members, this is our third time coming to this house for this same purpose of the attempt to remove the police. And we have to ask these basic questions. What has changed? Where will the money to fund the defined benefit scheme for exempted officers come from? Will it still be funded from national budget that is currently hardly sufficient to fund other commitments of government, including healthcare and social security? What has changed in the management of the defined benefit scheme, especially in the light of the new arrests, convictions of individuals involved in the mismanagement of pensions? If the agencies of government are exempted from the scheme, why should the scheme be forced on some workers? So now, Suddenly something will happen. The scheme will collapse. And if the scheme collapses, we'll be in a mess. Honorable members, some years back, we have to come and meet the leadership of the House and Senate to be able to pressure that a certain amount will be put on the national budget for government to pay its own part of the contribution. Just its little part of the contribution.
Honorable
We
Comrade,
have to fight for it to come.
Honorable Comrade,
Of the entire money to pay for the pension.
you only have 1 more minute.
Yes, I'm almost done. The point is simple. It is very clear to us that nothing has changed. The best thing that can, there is this emotion to think we can control it. Let all of us realize that we have to be realistic now. The budget is dwindling every day. This money, defined benefit, cannot be funded by the government as it's constituted today and not in the near future because of the pressure on the economy worldwide. It is our position.
Thank you.
That's what we need. Please, this is very
Before you round up, I have two very important questions for you. Because you just submitted your memorandum, we didn't thoroughly go through it. I only have a question. The NRC support police to exist from the contributory pension? That's the number one question.
No, my submission is clear. We are
Do you
not
support
supporting anybody
You are not supporting.
to exist, but we are saying
No.
that to sustain
No,
this.
just a simple question.
No, please.
Honorable Comrade, hold on.
There's a point I want to
that DBS cannot be funded by the
One house,
government as
please.
constituted today and
Please,
even in
one
the
house,
future.
please.
That means you're not in support.
Please, one
Be
house.
categorical.
Please, you should allow us to properly do this work, please and please. Honorable Comrade, my next question. The presentation or the second amendment that we are proposing of the lump sum of 75%, what is the position of the NLC? Do you support it or no?
Sir, my answer to that.
Order, please.
My last contribution.
One house, please.
The last contribution I wanted to make will answer both questions. The final position. Honorable Chairman and the members of the committee. The key issue that have led to these demands is the restoration of gratuity. Once we restore gratuity, because this is not even in the interest of the retired person to take 75% and then start struggling how to do
Honorable Comrade.
gratuity. And there should not be 75%.
One house, please.
No, you can't take 75%.
One house. One house, please. So please, Comrade. So thank you. You can go back to your seat. Yes, thank you. Next. Any representation from Federal Ministry of Labor, Employment and Productivity? Any representation from Ministry of Labor and Productivity? Nobody? Federal Ministry of Finance, anybody from Finance? Anybody from the Office of the Minister, Federal Ministry of Finance? No? Association of Retired Police Officers of Nigeria. Anybody from the Association of Retired Police Officers of Nigeria? Okay, please come forward and make your presentation. Please, you have 5 minutes. No clapping, no booing, please.
Mr. Chairman, sir.
Okay, introduce your name and your position, please.
Mr. Chairman, sir, please permit me to stand on existing protocol. My name is Sunday Chukura, a retired Deputy Superintendent of Police, Deputy Commissioner of Police. I represent the Association of Retired Police Officers. I don't know what it's Mr. Chairman, sir. Are you hearing me now? I said my name is Sunday Felix Chukura, a retired Deputy Commissioner of Police and the Secretary of Association of Retired Police Officers of Nigeria. Sir, our President sends his sincere greetings to this honorable committee and wishes that the bill as proposed will eventually become an act of this National Assembly. So having listened to the representative of the Inspector General of Police, I want to align our views with that expressed by the Deputy Inspector General of Police, that we support the bill as proposed by Honorable Francis Ejiroene Waive, that the police should exit this contributory pension scheme. We presented 2 papers, one on these 2 bills, and another one we call the explanatory note, which expresses or contains the reasons why we have come to adopt this position. So we've been following proceedings at plenary, and we don't need to repeat why the police qualified to be exempted in the light of those entities that have been exempted. That is on House Bill 1578. Is in that document we marked A. B, that is the bill, House Bill 1008. The only addition we made, we agree with all the amendments, but if you go to the one in respect of section 39.3 and section 173.3, we added that there will be need for the amendment to include that if the commission or an officer of the commission fails to advise the budget office on the money required to either, when there is a pension increase, that there should be an offense provided. That's the addition we made. And then another proposal we made with section 41A should be amended to read a minimum of 20%. That's the contribution of the government, the employer. While the police officers...
Please, the retired Deputy Commissioner of Police,
yes,
you can only stick to what we have on our order paper and the amended bill. That is the issue of the edits and the issue of lump sum. You cannot introduce, not only for you, but for others. Nobody can introduce another amendment here,
Okay,
yes.
I agree.
We have a process and we have to stick by our process.
Okay, that's our presentation. We align ourselves with those amendments in that second bill. Thank you very much.
I will now call the Director General National Pension Commission, Ajia Aisha Dairuma. Yes, she's going to make her presentation there. So, Madam, you can continue. No, do it.
Okay. Good morning, Honorable Chairman and members of the House Committee on Pensions, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. The National Pension Commission appreciates the opportunity to present its position on the two number bills slated for consideration at this public hearing. The first one is on the exemption of the Nigeria Police Force from the CPS. By way of introduction, I would like to remind us that when the federal government in 2004 embarked on the reform of the Nigerian pension landscape, its aim was to introduce a pension system that was sustainable, predictable, and adequate for all its employees and those of the private sector with 5 or more workers. We all will agree that the government has succeeded in what it has set out to do. It has successfully accumulated savings for the country. It has successfully introduced transparency and efficiency in the pension funds management and in the administration.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please. Please, let us be guided, please. Let us be guided, please. The duty is here to present the bills of the profession because they are the regulators, and at least you have to allow them to say what is right or what they need to say. Please, nobody should ever boo anybody here. You can disagree with our presentation, but you cannot boo her. Please and please.
So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
Madam, please. Hold on, please. Please,
Sir.
Please, can you please hold on? Hello. Please, we have to do some housekeeping, please. Everybody, please. One house. Chairman, I need your protection. One house, everybody, please. One house. I want the cameraman to please shift away from there. Please, please, we need to see her talk to us. Number one. Number two, please, this is for everybody. We have rules here. When we have public hearings, we do have rules in the house to enforce. Number one, no clapping. If I bring somebody here to ventilate my view, he can do that, but I may not clap for me or her. Number one. Number two, if I don't like what they're saying, I have to be flat about it. I can't say, oh, good. No, it is not allowed. The chairman has the power to throw anybody out of this room. Thank you very much.
Okay. So the government, as I was saying, has successfully introduced transparency and efficiency in the pension fund management and in the administration of retirement benefits. We are not pretending that the CPS is perfect because realistically, no system is perfect. However, the challenges of the CPS pale in comparison to its gains. So the Commission would like to remind all of us seated here today that the attempt to exit members of the Nigerian Police Force from the CPS did not start today. It is a recurring decimal. And it's always done without the permission of the police force. Now, we are very surprised because we did meet with the Nigerian Police Force and the IG sent a DIG, the SGF chaired the meeting, and at the meeting, the representative of the IG did tell us categorically that the police was not interested in exiting the CPS. There was also okay, so there was also a letter we received from the Senate through the office of the SGF that the police IG signed and wrote to the Senate to say the police is not interested in leaving the CPS. So, as I was saying, attempts were made in both the 6th and the 8th assemblies to exit members of the police force from the CPS. Both efforts failed and were eventually denied. Now, before we talk about the reason the police continuously, or some people on behalf of the police, try to get them to exit the CPS, let us try to find out the reason. Before I explain to you why the past bills failed, I want us to look at the reason that the police want to exit the CPS or are being encouraged to exit the CPS. The main reason put forward by the people who love the employees of the police so much they want to help them exit the CPS is the quantum of the benefits payable to members of the police force at retirement. This is a very, very simple problem. We have, PENCOM has engaged the police severally on how to overcome this. Exiting the CPS is not the solution. Why is it not the solution? It is not the solution because pension is a function of salary. As long as the police salary remains poor, their pension under any scheme will be what? Poor. So to address the issue of payment, the first thing we did was to make sure that when the Pension Reform Act 2004 was repealed and replaced, the quantum of the percentage of contribution, we increased it to 18% from 15%. We walked our talk because we promised the police and other government work agencies will do that, and we did that. So instead of, that is number one. Number two, the Pension Reform Act also recognizes that an employer can assume the whole burden of the 18%. So the police, we have advised the police severally and many government agencies really to engage with their employers to get their employers to pay the whole 18% or to pay most of it, 16, 17. So because a review of the rate has automatically translated to higher pensions. Now, the PRA 2014 also allows for additional benefits payment. We have engaged with the police as we have engaged with many other government agencies to get their employers to institute gratuity. It's a smarter option because what does the gratuity do? At point of retirement, a person is given the gratuity. Because you have the gratuity, you won't even go and look for your lump sum. So the lump sum now becomes what? Becomes part of your pension, and automatically your pension is high. The gratuity is going to last you for a long time. Many agencies have instituted that, including PENCOM, and we have encouraged every employer to do it. We are thinking it is a more sensible option because really, have we forgotten what retirees went through during the defined benefit system? When they retired, when pension was just a promise, the government told you if you worked for X number of years and retired when you were Y years old, you will be given what? Z. At point of retirement, government will give you a clock, long service award, tell you thank you very much. We know we owe you, but we cannot pay you because we don't have money. When we get money, we'll pay you, and that is the end. Why do we want to walk backwards? When you have challenges, you should face your challenges and deal with them, not keep on running backwards. So now there is also
DG, you only have 1 more minute. And I have 2 questions for you. Yes.
1 minute, sir. I don't know how it will work. So, okay, anyway, the reason the police has always failed to exit the CPS is because the police employer has found out that the resolutions to the challenges the police force is facing, they are all solutions that are administrative, that are surmountable without exiting the CPS. They are indeed, we can address them within the framework of the contributory pension scheme. And we have told the police and many other agencies how they can augment their pension. And it's because the government has seen that they don't have to exit a successful scheme. That is why it has continuously rejected to approve, and that was why a couple of years ago, after the 8th Assembly, the government brought up a white paper to say none of its agencies, police inclusive, should attempt to exit the CPS. Now, the defined benefit scheme is not sustainable.
So, Madam, sorry. What is the position of the operators? I know you as the regulators. What is their position on the issue of the lump sum? Because you know your presentation is bulky. So let us just summarize, because others are still waiting. The position of National Pension Commission.
Bill.
Yes.
The second bill, first of all, is against the Constitution, because what the bill is proposing is that a retiree should get at least 75. That at least means you could get 100. The Constitution, Section 173 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, says everybody who has worked and retired is entitled to periodic pay. That is pension. If I can take everything, it means it's provident fund we are operating, not pension. Therefore, we think this proposal came from a position of maybe misunderstanding. Now, excuse me. Excuse me, sir. The second part, so that is unconstitutional. We have concluded that. The second part of the second bill is saying late payment should be criminalized. A fine of X amount should be imposed, jail term or both. This also is coming from a position of misunderstanding, because the truth is the operators can only pay when government gives them money. So if they don't pay, you cannot send them to jail, sir, because they cannot pay what they don't have. So to criminalize them does not even arise. But most important, we should note that the only people who experience delay in payment are those with accrued rights issues. Accrued rights, ladies and gentlemen, are pensions earned before the reform, pre-2004. They are the only people who have issues, because there has to be the accrued rights, the contributions, and investment income before a person can begin to earn pension. So most of the time that accrued right is not there. So it only affects federal government employees. It doesn't affect the private sector. It doesn't affect the self-funded agencies. And meanwhile, this is almost, it's abating, because recently government has made a lot of effort, and over 60% of accrued rights have been paid, and every month it is reducing. So even that is going to be a thing of the past. But okay, excuse me. I think that we all have a collective responsibility as responsible Nigerians to ensure that the contributory pension scheme remains sustainable. The Commission therefore respectfully submits to the Honorable Chairman and members of the House of Committee that what the bill is trying to do is to enshrine, to go against the 1999 Constitution, and I'm summarizing, please leave me. Excuse me. So accordingly, sir. Accordingly, sorry. PENCOM urges the House Committee on Pensions to disregard both bills. Instead, the National Assembly should make effort to institute social security in the country. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, next. One house, please. One house. Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, PITAD. Are there anybody from PITAD? Okay, they have submissions. Okay. So, nobody to present. They have submissions, but I think there is nobody to represent. So take note. Anybody from Security and Exchange Commission? Anybody from Security and Exchange Commission? No? Anybody from the Central Bank of Nigeria? The CBN? Anybody from CBN? No? Okay. Honorable.
Thank you, Chair, for observing me. Mr. Chair, this is becoming very worrisome. Thank you, Chair, my deputy. My name is Benjamin Bemzondu. I speak for the people of Makudi Guma. Chairman, this is becoming very worrisome when we are making such an important piece of legislation. You expect the SGF to be here. You expect the Minister of Justice to be fully represented. You expect the Minister of Finance to be here. You expect the Minister of Labor and Productivity to be here. And they are not here. When we finally pass this legislation, it gets to the desk of the President. It goes to these various offices and they don't feel the vibes of Nigerians. They throw it out. Mr. Chairman, I beg to ask that you put this on record. This is becoming an abnormality. And this House must not continue to condone such actions. Because if public officers who are entrusted to run the affairs of this country cannot come at such an important legislation that has to do with the welfare of people who have served this nation, they should also be aware that they will also be pensioners and retirees someday. And this is the Nigerian people's house. It goes to look at it as if, as Nigerians, we are not doing anything here. But today, I am happy a lot of Nigerians are here, and you can see the approach that we get from the executive. This kind of approach cannot help us move forward. There are very, very important pieces of legislation this House has conducted, but as we speak, they are in the desk of the Minister of Justice or whichever office, and they will tell you we have no input, and they die at that desk. How can we continue as a country with this kind of attitude? Mr. Chairman, this must be on record. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you for a very good observation. Next, I would like to invite the Chief Executive Officer of PENOP. PENOP are the operators and almost the custodian of all the money. So let us hear from you.
Good afternoon, honorable members. Permit me to stand on the existing protocols, but I just want to recognize the presence of senior citizens and, of course, the market women. I want to recognize your presence. My name is Okuche Akuda. I'm the Chief Executive of the Pension Fund Operators Association of Nigeria, the umbrella body for pension funds in Nigeria. We would like to first state that...
Go away! You want to kill them?
Okay, and we would like to state that we are opposed to the bill to exempt the Nigerian police force, and our reasons are a number of reasons. We have 5 reasons. Number 1 is the sustainability of pensions. The police request to exempt themselves from the CPS means that we are taking Nigeria back to the dark ages before the pension return. This was the time when retirees had to depend on defined benefit system. The federal government paid monthly pensions to retirees directly from its coffers. At that time that the reform was made, it was estimated that the federal government had a liability of over 2 trillion naira. From past experiences, this has proven that this system puts a lot of burden on the federal government, making it unsustainable. Based on estimated preliminary actual liability estimated as at 31st October 2021, the federal government's actual liability for the estimated 320,000 staff of the Nigerian police, serving and retired, is put as a conservative figure of 1.8 trillion. This means that if we are going to switch the police back to the defined benefit scheme, the federal government one house, Again, the Pension Reform Act specifies that the operators, PENCOM, and the federal government should contribute towards the Pension Protection Fund. This protection fund will be utilized to ensure that all eligible pensioners will be paid for any shortfall arising from any possible financial loss arising from investment activities. The summary of this section is that the CPS, as currently practiced in Nigeria, has inbuilt checks and balances and administrative safeguards, unlike the previous defined benefit scheme run by the government that is opaque and prone to corruption. The CPS is one scheme that we can point to in this country that is institutionalized and not based on the whims of individuals. It puzzles us why anyone would want to exit from this sort of system. As a matter of fact, as with all other pension fund administrators under the CPS, the Nigerian Police PFA, we can tell you today how much has been contributed by each employee. We can tell you how much has been invested. We can tell you the returns on each investment. We can tell you how much each retirement benefits have been paid. We can tell you who has received what and what. The same cannot be said of other pension schemes that have been run previously that are not under this framework. Honorable members, corruption thrives in secrecy. We actually should advocate that all forms of pension, even the military, the DSS, and the NIA, should be brought under the contributory pension scheme so that they can benefit from the framework of the transparent structures that have been built in this system. One other thing that people have spoken about is privacy of contributors. One of the things the police talk about is privacy of contributors. They say that they want to exit the scheme because of privacy of police and they want to keep their privacy. But then are we going to ask that should each police officer have their own bank? Should we have a police bank? Should we have a police mobile phone record? Should we have a police insurance company? All of these companies have their records. So we cannot say that because of the pension scheme their records are out. What we should actually do is to work within the framework already. All pension funds, they work with the Nigerian NISDA, the rules that talk about privacy. So privacy is something that all pension funds do. You cannot say that because your pension is within the police pension, the contributing pension scheme, your information is out there. If that's the case, then you don't use phones, don't use bank accounts, don't use insurance companies. That argument is flawed. The other point is the risk to the financial system. Under the CPS, the liability rests.
You have 1 more minute.
Yes, I'm going to summarize too.
And 2 questions from me.
The summary is that if we want to exit the scheme, we have to exit some investments that have been made. And this is going to put a burden on the financial system. And even the money that we're talking about will be lost. Because if you invested in a bond, if you invested in infrastructure, and you want to exit, you have to sell. And if you are selling at a price that is not good, it's not going to benefit the scheme. We have recommendations. The system is not perfect, like the Director General said. But if the system is not perfect, let us see how we can work around it. And we have some conclusions. We cannot go back to the unsustainable and opaque and corruption-laden system of the past. We should be thinking of consolidating the gains of the current system.
Your time is up. My question goes to you directly.
Yes, sir. Yes, Honorable Chair.
Are you in support of police being the operators?
No, we are not in support, sir.
What of the issue of the lump sum of 75%?
I have a presentation around that. Should I go to that presentation?
No, just yes or no.
We are not in support, but we have some recommendations in that regard.
Thank you, sir.
Nigerian Union, is the president of TUC around? The TUC, Trade Union Congress, is the president. I would like to recognize Mr. Ahmed Issa, Honorary President of the Radio. You are welcome.
You want to kill them and do not get over. You want to kill all of them.
Mr. Chairman, and members of the IGP here, as TUC, I came to support police existing. But with the revelation by the Pension Commission that even the IG does not want it, I must tell you, I'm a bit confused. My original presentation is that police deserve the best from us. And if we say they are friends, then we don't treat our friends badly. If you treat your friend badly, he becomes an enemy. I think the Nigerian state should look at it again. Police suffer too much. They deserve sympathy from us. They should be helped in every way possible, including increasing their salaries. Their salary also is too small compared to other security agencies. That's my position.
Please, sorry. Kindly properly introduce yourself and your position in TUC.
I'm sorry. I'm Comrade Barrister Musa Lawal, MNI, the Secretary General, Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC. Yeah, for the 75% at retirement. It's also a dicey issue. Most workers feel that they don't benefit much from their retirement benefits before they die. And they want to eat their money before they die. Please give them their money. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nigerian Union of Pensioners. The President of Nigerian Union of Pensioners, NUP. Nigerian Union of Pensioners. Okay.
Nana.
Yes. Are you prepared to sit down?
We don't have on a serious case.
Mama, can you sit down?
We do the serious case.
Yes, sit down and use your
But almost.
Okay, if you can do it, if you can stand. Okay. Okay. Which one, Baba? 5 minutes.
Honorable Chairman of the Committee.
Honorable members of the committee, I also salute you. We have previously submitted our memorandum. And what I'm going to do is just to give a review. At the onset, certain privileged individuals were asked to package this pension scheme. What did they do? They used their privileged positions to remove themselves from the scheme. These people are permanent secretaries, accountants general, auditors general, etc. They removed themselves from the scheme.
Sorry, sir. I think you are deviating from the main issues. No.
And they forgot that other cadres were watching them. That was the reason why we have problem of those who want to exit the scheme. Our suggestion is that we should bring back all those privileged groups who exempted themselves back to the scheme. Restore the payment of their duties.
I'm telling you.
Who is better? No cadre of workers should be allowed or given exemption. The pensioners should be given pension adjustments as need be. That is my conclusion. That will restore peace and scheme. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Contributory Pensioners Union of Nigeria. Everybody from Contributory Pensioners? Come forward, please. You have 5 minutes, please. Quick one.
My name is Sotri Kela, and I represent the Contributory Pensioners Union of Nigeria. I want, on behalf of my president, to apologize for not being before you today, sir. It's on account of ill health. Sir, we thank you for inviting us to make our contribution to this very important issue. We have submitted a brief to your committee that cover the two bills that are being considered. Our comment on the issue of police exit from the present arrangement is that it is the result of a woeful failure to adequately and properly meet the requirements and aspirations of pensioners that has led to the various agitations from government agencies, police being one of them. The problem, therefore, is not that the CPS Act, it's not that of the CPS Act, but the implementation of the provisions of PRA 2014 and the unsavvy handling of pensioners by the administrators. There are shortfalls and failures to implement retirement benefit bonds. The statutory reserve funds, the pension protection funds, the minimum pension guarantee, the review of accrued pension rights and entitlements as provided for in the PRA 2014 and in the 1999 Federal Republic of Nigeria Constitution as amended. These failures and shortfalls have persisted for 18 years and were still counting. Therefore, the unless the police force can be properly taken care of as the Act provides now, they should be allowed to exit if they have the capacity to run their own pension. The second bill in which we made input concerns the following areas. Section 4 of the 2014 Act makes provision that contribution shall be 8% and 10% by the employees and the employers respectively. Our opinion is that that amount is too small. We therefore recommend an upward increase of 10% and 20% by the employees and the employers respectively. What will come out of that contribution should be able to take care of retirees in their post-service life. The next input we made is about section 7, and it is the priority that should be given to payment of lump sum and the pension itself. We think a period of 1 to 2 years is adequate to conclude all arrangements to pay lump sums. It should not go beyond 2 years.
All your contributions for the first 2 years should be paid to you as lump sum.
As for the amount that you can collect as your lump sum, a lot of suggestions have been made, and it will appear mostly favor 75%. Position of the CPON is as follows. We support that people should be allowed to withdraw up to 75% of their lump sum, provided it is made optional. In other words, those who so desire should be allowed to withdraw up to 75. Those who want something less should also take something less, because we know the consequences of changing pension to provident fund, as has just been explained. In conclusion, sir, we wish to align ourselves with the request by the police force to exit if their needs cannot be met by the present arrangement. Thank you very much.
Yes. You think you're smart. You're smart now. Take a position. This one, yes. Take a position. Let me cancel it.
Anybody from military pension board? Military pension board? Nobody?
No, no, exempt them.
Department of State Service? DSS? Nobody. National Intelligence Agency? NIA? Defense Intelligence Agency? DIA? Nobody? Nigeria Employees Consultative Association, NECA? NECA? Okay, come forward. Mama, do you want to make presentation? Okay. After this, I will.
And see he's a stakeholder. He says he's a stakeholder. He's a
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, sir. Standing on established protocols, my name is Thompson Akpabio, representing NECA. I bring you greetings from the NECA family. On the two bills, I would like to start with the second bill. It's a welcome development, but we should reconsider 75% as being too high, in a nutshell. We do have to take into consideration that the purpose of the objective of the scheme is to ensure that there is something for old people in retirement. Old age is not just one day. The process is a continuous. So let's not kill the scheme by defeating Section 1 sub D of the PRA 2014. On the first bill, we are concerned if we allow the police to exit a federal agency to also exit a federal scheme, its implication, one, other agencies will also want to leave. The private sectors, Mr. Chairman, may I have your protection? Mr. Chairman, I believe I still have the floor. The private sector could equally want to leave. Then this would defeat the purpose of the scheme from the word go, even from 2004. And this would lead to the death of the scheme. If there are issues, as been stated, like the DG Pencom actually stated rightly, is a function of salary. And if the salary is poor, we totally agree and support upward review. So rather than do that, we will be suggesting that issues and concerns raised by the police could be addressed administratively, their salaries could be increased, so that everybody is brought to the net so that this scheme doesn't die. Let's not kill the scheme. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. On the second bill, which has to do with the issue of the lump sum,
yes, sir.
You did say that you regard 75% as being too high, but
Yes,
you never gave us a suggestion. So I wanted to give us a suggestion. But if you think 75% is too high, what are you proposing?
Section 7 sub 2 of the Parent Act or the existing act talks about 25%. If we up it a bit, maybe 30 or thereabouts. But let's look at the middle ground between 25 and what it is. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Hold the mic. Contributory pension and happy retirement advocacy. Contributory pension and happy retirement advocacy. Are they around? No?
Where are they? Let their spokesperson come forward. They are not around.
Mommy, what organization are you representing? This is an issue of retirement. Okay, under NGO. Okay. 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 Okay, contributing, continue.
I bow down to all the protocols guiding and guarding this August committee. I represent, my name is Mahmoud Anila. Mahmoud Anila, I'm a lawyer. We are here on behalf of the contributory pension and happy retirement advocacy, COPERA, and our candid and honest stand is that the police must and should not be allowed to exit the pension scheme, the contributory pension scheme. I have my ears have opened to the address of the National Pension Commission, and that view too is that the police could be allowed to stay in this pension mutatis mutandis. That is, if there is anything to be done to enhance the retirement benefits of the police, that can be done. Yes, that can be done. Please.
One house, please.
We shouldn't forget
One house,
the
please.
Pension Reform Act
Continue.
is a living law. The Pension Reform Act is a living law. We had it in 2004. Sorry. We had the Pension Reform Act starting in 2004. Now we are in 2003. We have done that of 2014. And this envisages that even as we go along in life, the Pension Reform Act will continue to enjoy amendments.
Barrister, what is your organization position on the issue of the lump sum? Go to the next amendment. The lump sum, what is your position?
The lump sum.
Are you in support of 75%?
The lump sum. I will say something here. There is a court judgment of the National Industrial Court. I don't know whether some of us know about it, in which some people went to court to challenge 25% or 50%. And the court ruled that the pension available to the retiree must be more than 50%. Because if that is not done, the tendency is that he may not even long enough. He may not live long enough to enjoy his pension. But my view on that, sir, I will still come back to the First Amendment. Yes. Sorry. My view of that, there could be increase. Somebody here said it should be optional. There could be increase. It is humane that somebody who works enjoys the benefits of his work. And so my take, sir, is that if the retirement lump sum is to be increased, let it be increased within the law. We are not against that. As companies, but sir, I just want
to next. Retired Custom Officers Association. Retired Custom Officers Association. One house, please.
Retired custom officers association. Retired custom officers. Come. You have 3 minutes. We are reducing the minute because of the situation. You only have 3 minutes.
All protocols observed. I, Deputy Controller, Chief Ikoba AA, Customs Honor retired. Our contribution to the debate today is this: making laws to strengthen the institutions of the Nigeria police. Making laws to strengthen the institution of the Nigeria police. Well, what we are asking, the questions are, who police the Nigeria police force to do right in employees' rights violation? 2, has the Nigeria police force put enough structures to accommodate the pulling out of PENCOM? 3, what are the exact laws stated about the Nigeria police force? 4, what are the contributory pensions paid into the retirees' account? Where the issues are: 1, Section 4, what is the employer to pay into the retirees' account and the retirees' contribution to that account? These are the issues we want the police to address first. Pay your workers very well. Nobody retired from NNPC and complained about loss of payment or not. Part 3, we are saying group life insurance. Usually, at the death of any policeman, possibly, they will say pay 3 years salary to that policeman at death. We are saying that is very minimal, just as customs has in their books. We are now saying, in case of death or injury, what is the insurable interest of a policeman from last couple to Inspector General? Since what you are doing, you bear arms, you provide security, you provide everything, you need to be well compensated. We are saying, at death, a last couple should be expecting 50 million, while Inspector General should look forward towards $1 billion.
So please,
Finally,
your time is up.
Our prayers. We are saying there should be emergency sector to look at certain issues as they affect retirees. And we are saying, Ministry of Finance, Central Bank, go to your estate laws, make provision for funds that will be consolidated for retirees to address their problems in retirement, e-health challenges, which are so serious.
Are you in support of the edits or not?
Well, until all these issues are addressed, before you now come forward to say, do you support or you don't support? Because police is a paramilitary organization.
No, your answer must
be
yes or no.
Those are the issues.
Are you in
must address first.
So thank you. Your time is up, sir.
Thank you.
You don't answer his question. Are you in support or not? You don't answer. It's neither here nor there.
All right. Human Rights Radio.
Ahmed Musa, 2 minutes. One house, please.
I want to adopt the existing protocols established. I am not an Englishman. Permit me, Mr. Chairman, to communicate in broken English, Mr. Chairman.
You are going to do that, but I'm appealing to the participant, please and please. Let us listen. We should not be disturbing this gathering, please.
I am not even going to exhaust the 2 minutes given to me. Mr. Chairman, I want to start by saying we have submitted this memorandum to this honorable House. And the thing where they sweet me be say, of all the assemblies, my name is Ordinary Ahmed Issa. They call me the ordinary president of the extraordinary citizens of the global village, sir. Order. Now, having done this submission, waiting they sweet me pass be say, of all the assemblies, this assembly is the most God-fearing assembly. I know say una get conscience. This now something when we say it go outlive all of us. All of us where they here get the opportunity to right the wrong. I no see reason why retired custom go come to put mouth for police matter. The woman over there for the DG Penkom, only bangles where she wear there is millions of naira.
No.
Now,
Mr. Ahmed, your time is up. Wait.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Withdraw that.
I'm sorry, sir. The police where we... I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Excuse me, sir, we take exception.
Okay.
He's the radio presenter. What is he doing here? No, it's not acceptable, sir.
It's irresponsible statement. It's
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Can you put
up your microphone, man? Please put up your microphone.
It's
I should off it.
It's irresponsible statement.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman. Hello. Madam, please put up your microphone, please. Mr. Ahmed, is that? No, don't worry. Please, when you are in Parliament, you know when you came in, it was the chairman that gave you the honor that they should even bring you to sit in front. That honor is a recognition of the service that your medium is doing to the Nigerian people. And you should not abuse that privilege. That statement you have made about somebody's bangles and what have you is unparliamentary, and you need to withdraw it from our record, please, and apologize to everybody. I submit, Mr. Chairman.
And I withdraw that. I am sorry. May I continue, Mr.
Yes,
Chairman?
you only have 2 minutes, please.
Waiting make, I don't apologize. Waiting make, I make reference to her now because Inspector General of Police sent the second person, as far as Nigerian police is concerned, to represent him here.
Please, Mr. Ahmed, you cannot make reference to anybody's presentation here. If you have something to say, if you don't have anything, please, you can go and sit down, please.
As if you say explanation no go work, me, I support make Nigerian police come out from this wuru-wuru.
Should have said and left. Should have just said and gone.
Then, Mama.
Chairman, please. Chairman, I have an observation, please. Sorry. DG Penko. DG Penko. Please, can I call you for attention? Madam, hold on, please. Hold on, please. Our audience, please, just silence and 1 minute, please. DG Pencom, the chairman is taking charge of the proceedings, I believe. And his second in command, who is a respected member here in the committee, in person of the chairman of the deputy chairman of the committee, has made an observation, and the last speaker, Ahmed, has apologized, and he withdrew the statement on record. On record. You are not supposed to talk because there's somebody that's taking charge of the proceedings. And he has at least protected you on what he has done wrongly. You are supposed to accept that, because anything outside this hall, that's something different. So please, that's the observation I want to make, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, please.
Thank you, Goku.
They're trying to save him.
Which then go hear the thing what they talk here. The chairman, in Jesus' mighty name I pray. May what you are doing come to success in mighty Jesus' name we pray. I think a frog fall from up. Is anybody, Lizard, is anybody no praise and make it praise himself? I am Chief Mrs. Felicia Sani OON, the National President of Market Men and Women of Nigeria. I have 9 comfortable graduates who are born myself, nobody helped me bonder. My son is a colonel in Kaduna Artillery. My son is a deputy commissioner of police. So, I'm not an illiterate either. I was a branch manager of bank, African Continental Bank. I did banking and finance. I came as a second-class support, not an illiterate market woman. No. I align with what the Inspector General of Police said. I support the team where I support them. We make Pencom make something good. But if you know good, you know walk away, you turn to stumbling block. Remove it now. Now by force. Remove them. I say, remove them. Oh, remove them. If they go money mass in the morning, now police are they see for road that they sorry for them. 4:30, 5 o'clock, they on their road, they left their family. I say, which kind of problem be this? If we get problem for market, we run, click, now police go settle us. Anything, then thief for our house, click, now police will they go. And these people are not compensated. They are not even compensated adequately. Compensated at least. They go pension, they know they give them. One of my uncle went to that Pencom board. An old man, he retired as a deputy commissioner. They say, make he go outside or he they smell. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Mama. Your time is off.
Julius Caesar said, it is an eyes of childhood, fierce painted devil. I'm 85. If I die now, I have taken all the glory. Please help police. So they are the one helping us. Better not hear that one.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Start now. So, thank you. So, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will now call the member of the second bill, Honorable Jimo Olaipa, to speak for 2 minutes on your bill so that other members can have, if anybody has a question to ask about what they have been presenting.
Eventually going silent. He's living like a teen.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, honorable members, invited guests, Honorable Jimo Olaipa, member representing Egbado North and Imekwa from Federal Constituency and from Ogun State, and the sponsor of the second bill on the need for an act to amend sections 1C, 7281, 18, 24, and 99 of the Pension Reform Act, Cap P50, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2014, by providing that a pensioner shall receive at least 75% of his retirement benefits immediately upon retirement, and criminalize the undue delay in the payment of pension. The motive behind the sponsoring of this bill is not, and will not be based on any sentiments. Rather, it is being based on the genuine concern to improve the plight of our retirees. Many of them are mobile skeletons when you see them, and it's unfortunate that government has involved itself in this mess. We know that government has never been a good manager of business. Pension matter is a very serious business, and I don't know why government should always involve itself in it. Section 1C that we are talking about, which provides for the payment of 25% lump sum upon retirement, either you attain age 60 or you have put in 35 years, is nothing to write home about in the present day economic reality. Let us go practical. Somebody retires now, and he is to collect 10 million naira in total. And you are saying that the person should collect 2.5 million naira, which is a quarter of 10 million naira, after waiting for about 3 or 4 years before accessing the money itself. I am a retiree. I've always cited my own as an example. I retired in Lagos State in 2016, and I waited for 4 good years before I could access my entitlements. If I had not been blessed with this position, what would have been my predicament? Those that will retire together, where are they today? If you see them, you pity them. In reality, and in all honesty, 25% is too small. You see, Madam, you did mention the constitutional provision. Yes, I am not trampling upon the provisions of the Constitution because my bill does not say that there should not be pension for retirees. That there should not be monthly payment for them. What we are saying is just a proposal. It's a request. A bill is a proposal until it becomes an act. I've only proposed 75%. If it is too big or too much,
Then other people are free to make further suggestions. But the fact is that 25% is nothing to write home about in the present day economic reality. Thank God we have not even requested for the payment of 100%. If you give me my entire money and I decide to go and marry more wives, it's nobody said it. Let me conclude by saying that the past belongs to history. Let us learn from it. The present is our concern. Let us do it well. While the future belongs to generations yet unborn, let us preserve it for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Anybody with any question? Do you have a question? Honorable Kwalada Akinjo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm just trying to make a progressive input, and I don't want to be seen as acting for any of the parties. I listened to what the DG of PENCOM said about a white paper. She made a reference to a particular white paper preventing agencies of government to exit the PENCOM platform. Mr. Chair, I think it would be important for us for such a white paper to be for the DG PENCOM to, because she made a reference to it, I think it's important for that such to be admitted in evidence, if indeed such is available. I think that we should be properly guided. Yes, because she made reference to that.
We need a copy of that white paper. Not necessarily now, maybe later.
No problem, sir. We'll make it available.
Okay, another thing, Mr. Chair. I know there is usually a police act. I also know that there's an armed forces act, and perhaps those acts generically discuss the issue of their pension. If that is also not there, we need to look at that. But again, I'm trying to ask a question. What again informed the exclusion of the military and all other forces, and what again prevented the police from enjoying same? We just need to be guided and to be able to clarify that, because if we don't get that correctly, that may also affect whatever we want to do. I think that is just my own observation from all these plethoras of this avalanche of discussion.
Daisy, can you answer this question? Or you take the question together so that you can respond.
So the army was exempted due to security reasons.
Madam, continue.
So at the time the military was exempted, it was due to security reasons, because to register there, you have to divulge too much personal information. At that time, it was thought that it was going to be a problem. However, anybody who is seeking to exempt themselves from the CPS, they should talk to the army, because the problems they are having now are out of this world. They are regretting their own move. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions from members? So I think this. Okay, Honorable Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a question for the PENCOM. I have one also for the PENOP, and of course for the police. The first one for the PENCOM, madam. You made a reference to the provisions of Section 44A of the
PRA 2014, and that has to do with the issue of employers giving a leeway to have additional benefits. Well, without necessarily playing the devil's advocate, I just want to ask, will you suggest, if we want to cure a particular defect in this regarding the police or any other agency, for a mandatory clause in the act that will mandate their employer to pay the whole sum of the contribution or compel them to have a gratuity scheme as a matter of law? Will you think that will probably solve the problem? That's for you. Let me also ask, maybe you can answer after I finish the questions. The man from PENOP also made reference to the fact that if the police should exit now, there will be some dislocations in terms of the investment already made and so on and so forth. Now, those will have to do with the police people who are on the contribution measure scheme as at the time if the law is passed and signed into law. It wouldn't affect those who are going forward. Now, a law is not made to just solve a problem once and for all. If you have applied a law for so many years, you have been able to identify the gaps, the lacuna. Apparently, you said they have been bringing up this matter since the 7th Assembly, the 8th and 9th. It means there's a problem to be solved. If they brought it up in 7th Assembly, 8th and 9th Assembly, it means there's a problem to be solved. And that problem has still not been solved administratively as envisaged. So what is the reason why, for all these years when this allegation, agitations have been going on, there is no framework to solve the problem even up till now? And then finally, I also want to ask the police, the submission, I'm sorry to say this, the letters that was sent to you, the letter was sent to you, had been received from your office quite a long time before now. We have the evidence. But you just said, well, you just got this. And I would have expected, as the biggest potential beneficiary of this amendment, that you will have brought up a robust response early enough. And from what Madam said, that there was a meeting somewhere where the IG said they are not interested, it appears that you have not made up your mind. Should we think that this position that you have submitted is like the final position of the police, or you may want to bring up other positions that will negate this going forward, so that we have you on record and know where exactly you stand on this matter? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So, did you?
Okay, so the 18% contribution rate is a mandatory minimal. An employer can do 100%. It's allowed. What the law says is you cannot do less than 18%. But based on affordability, an employer can do more than that. And as I said earlier also, an employer can just take the whole body and the staff doesn't have to contribute. So it's allowed. And then Section 4 of the PRA 2014 also gives teeth to the additional benefits. It's specified there, it's allowed.
An amendment, for example, that will compel, in the case of the police, their employer, that is the federal government of Nigeria, to pay the whole 18%, rather than making it discretionary. That's my question.
In fact, if they can get their employer to pay 50%, we are happy for them. Nobody is against that.
But I think that one can still come under amendment.
This woman no get money.
I think, if I may suggest, from the position and from the questions the deputy chairman of the committee asked and from the response of the DG, I think we still need to look for another amendment, particularly on the issue of this police matter. Questions? No, let PENOP answer. PENOP.
Thank you for your question, Honorable Salam. I think the first thing I want to say is that the loudest voice is not necessarily the correct voice. And the loudest voice is not necessarily the voice of many. A number of people in this room have clapped at some views which are populist, but that doesn't mean that is the representation of many. There are millions of Nigeria who are happy with this CPS the way it is run. The way I want to answer your question about the police, the fact is that the contributory pension scheme, as the name implies, is contributory. It is what you put in that you get out. So if your salary is not good when you are working, you cannot expect your pension to be good when you have retired. So what needs to happen is for the police salary to be increased. The Honorable Wife spoke about the military men that are receiving more because their salary is more, right? So if the police want to increase their pension like anybody else, salary should be increased, and that's what needs to happen between they and their employer, like the DG said. I just want to give a small example. If a worker were to save 20,000 naira monthly, consistently every month for 15 years, with an interest rate of just 10% per annum, compounded for 15 years, at the end of the period, he would have amassed 16 million naira. This is the power of consistency and compounding, which the CPS does. It's about contributing monthly for a number of years. By the matter of, if we allow this thing to continue, in about 10 or 15 years, we won't see this thing, because when you are investing every month and it's compounding, now we talk about 13 trillion. That 13 trillion is not just the pension that's been contributed. The amount of investment return that the PFAs have given is sometimes even more than 50% of what people have put in. So we need to allow this scheme to work. And with the police, they need to work with their employers, like the DG has said. Administratively, I don't know why that has happened. Maybe they will give us some insight. Thank you, sir.
The DIG.
Thank you very much, the chairman and honorable members. Concerning our submission, I tendered our apology. For the other question you put in, actually there was a tripartite meeting between the Nigerian Police Force, PENCON, and the SGF, who represent the presidency, at the office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. We deliberated intensively on issues bordering on contribution pension scheme and the defined pension scheme. I think that was sometimes last year, with the hope and belief that there's going to be a remarkable improvement. But unfortunately, there hasn't been any positive progress as the demands of retirees and our senior citizens. And this is the reason why we put up this our submission.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Olapa.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay. This you add more? Okay.
Say, we had the meeting, and these suggestions we brought here today was what we gave the police at that meeting. We told them, first of all, their salary has to be increased, because even under the defined benefit system, they will have low pension, because pension is what? Is a function of salary. Two, we talked to them about gratuity, the additional benefits. We talked to them about the rate of payment that could go higher, and their employer can pay it all. All the things they are asking for are not things PENCON can give them. It's only their employer that can give them. It's only the government that can give them. And we cannot go to government and fight for this, because it's outside our area of influence. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Laipa.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, my question is for the panel man to answer. You keep on talking about investment. I want to know how a retiree will benefit from the returns on investment, because the purpose of investing is to make profit. How would a retiree benefit from the profits being made from such investment? Is it by way of a longer period of a monthly payment, or a higher pay in his or her monthly collections? That is one. Two, from all indications, you will see that when the living is not living up to expectation, we will be forced to remember the dead. The essence of CPS is to replace and correct the anomalies of the defined scheme. But we can see today that the implementation of the CPS itself is still fraught with a lot of challenges. And in a situation whereby a husband suddenly becomes impotent and the wife too is experiencing a temporary period of menopause, definitely different concussions will have to be prepared for the two of them. So if this scheme is not living up to the expectation, then we should look inward and devise new strategies to strengthen it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our Honorable Speaker, sir. Our Honorable Speaker, sir.
Thank you, my wheelchair, respected colleagues, invited guests. I am from Katsina State. Amin Ashurman is my name, representing Mindamani. Just to call the attention of my dear colleagues, especially my deputy. Remember, we are doing public hearing. What you should do is just leave the stakeholders to express their views, not inculcate and continue asking more questions. That is the kind advice I just want to throw to my able deputy. I hope you wanted to add even wife, so you can communicate that one later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Maybe I'm going to be the last speaker on this issue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. What I read in the paper, in the Punch, is that this sitting is a public hearing, and that even private organizations or individuals can submit memo. And I represent the retired officer of Abuja, the impoverished retirees of Abuja chapter. We have submitted our memo, and I have a copy here with utmost respect and profound humility, my Lord. I would only like to just browse through. My purpose of bringing this paper now is to adopt it in your presence, that all the contents here is what we have resolved as retirees in Abuja that are meeting. I'm their chairman, democratically elected, and I'm representing them.
So do you want to personally present it to me now?
I have about 35 copies of this.
Okay, sir, you can come and forward it. You see, it's not that everybody must speak here. That's the essence of collecting the input, even before today, because at least... let him present. Thank you, sir. I thought you have presented it today. Yes, because there's no time. No, no, you can have 1 minute or two to say something, but because there's no time. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, you say you are from Lagos. What is your organization? Center for Pension Rights Advocacy. Okay, please, you have 2 minutes.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman and honorable members, we've made extensive submissions there. Let me briefly, I won't talk, I will just talk on the 2 bills. The first concerning the police. I think that this is an opportunity for us to talk to the gallant on their behalf, because security of this nation is in their hands. And I will go straight to our recommendation on the papers that professors, PEMSECs are going with their salaries. Assistant Inspector Generals of Police to IG should go with their full salary as pension. Our submission is there. Then the government, which is their employer, the Pension Reform Act 2014 did not abolish gratuity. They should be given 300% of their terminal salary as gratuity. Then, if the government doesn't want to go with that, still going under Section 7, they should contribute everything on behalf of the Nigerian police force. Secondly, their protection will be better under the Pension Reform Act because it is a law. It is not a gentlemanly agreement. So whatever agreements they have and they want to do, let it be in the law, which can be protected. That is what we are asking on their behalf.
So you are advising police to remain in the contributory
They should
pension.
remain, and their protection will be taken. Secondly, for the other scheme, for the other act, we want to say that for the other bill, we want to say that what the bill is proposing is a national provident fund, which was abolished as far back as 1999, and that was established in 1961, because Anybody can carry anything. What is the essence of pension? Provident fund is not pension. Pension is that any person who retires should be able to live a life closer to what he was living when he or she was working.
So
And
do you support 75% or you have another suggestion?
If we support 75%, then we are supporting destitution and poverty for workers after working.
So what do you advise?
We are saying is
what do you advise?
We are advising that it should be beefed up to 30%, but not 75%, because that will lead to poverty.
Thank you. Your time is up. Nigerian Civil Service Union. Nigerian Civil Service Union. They are not around. Retired Nigerian police. Why is
Are you the Nigerian Civil Service Union?
Nigerian Civil Service Union? Okay, come forward. 2 minutes.
Is this your spokesperson?
Mr. Chairman, sir.
Huh?
Mr. Chairman, sir.
No, we know. So who are you? Okay. When she finishes, we give you 1 minute to talk.
Mr. Chairman, sir, and all the honorable members, I am Dr. Mrs. Juliet Hassana Okibai-Moneme from Al-Mushahid Initiative for Transparency and Accountability. I've heard so much about all that has been discussed, and then of course we've made our submissions. 35 copies are already with Lawa Fatai. Now, there are a few statements we just want to make, and then our recommendation. On the two bills, we're in full support. If we say police is our friend, then they have to be our friend indeed, not only in times of need. Now, we keep talking about a scheme that is not working. And somebody said, if we allow the police to exit, then the scheme will collapse. I want to say, if the scheme collapses, another scheme that will work will come up. More so.
So, Madam, what is the submission on the issue of the lump sum?
Sir?
The lump sum of 75%. What is the next? What is your position?
On the second bill, 75% of their money should be given to them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Retired Nigerian police contributory pensions. Okay, 2 minutes, please. You are going to be the last. Okay. Civil service. Okay.
Nigerian Civil Service Union, sir.
Nigerian Civil Service Union.
Yes.
Okay, introduce yourself.
I'm Comrade Nnobia Ibezimako Christopher, Deputy General Secretary, Nigerian Civil Service Union, standing in for the General Secretary of the Union. On the issue of police pension scheme, our resolve is that the police, being the people wearing the shoes, they know where it pinches them. And whatever they want to do in that scheme should be offered them. You don't have to tell them whether to be there or not. If they want to be there, let them be there. If they don't want to be there, please accept what their recommendations are. Then on the issue of amendments regarding Section 1C of the Pension Act 2014, it was saying as at when due that this should be paid as at when due, but we are recommending that fixed time of 3 months be given for people to be able to access their fund, not as at when due that will last for over 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Let it be fixed that 3 months, within 3 months of retirement, somebody can access his pension fund and go with it. Then on Section 7.2, where the person retires and we are talking about 25%. I wonder what 25% can do for any person that retires from the service today.
What do you suggest?
We are suggesting even 80%.
Thank you.
So if,
okay, your time is up. Thank you.
That's the position of the union on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then on the issue of H1.
No, your time is up, sir.
Well, the last thing we will need to submit is that since we want these things to be criminalized, let it be so.
We have your submission here, so there's no problem. We have your submission.
We are saying that we should be giving what is due to us on retirement, 80%, and if the operators of the scheme delay so much that it gets longer, let them be charged properly by the pension commission that is in charge of management of these funds, so that people can be committed to prison for wasting our time and spending our money for nothing. That's our submission on that, sir.
Okay, thank you. We only have 5 minutes to round up, please. 2 minutes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I am Elder Barrister of Obetembang, the legal advisor of police retirees under contribution scheme. Mr. Chairman and all the honorable members here present, I wish to appreciate the input of the Inspector of Police, the upon executive, and all other persons who have come here to support this cause. In fact, we have submitted our paper, which has been registered, is before the committee, but for the purpose of adoption, we want to adopt what the IG have submitted, what the upon executive have submitted, and what the co-sponsor of this bill, Honorable Francis Weaver, have submitted. We outline with the submission. I wish to add that the Nigerian Police Force is the lead agency in internal security.
I think, sir, since you have adopted all the submissions, there is no need to add anything.
Mr. Chairman, I wish to add that Nigerian Police is the lead security agency in this country. They also pay the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty to maintain peace and security within and outside Nigeria as required in Section 4 of the Police Act 2020.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman,
we have your submission.
Section 4 sub E.
Sir, we already have, wait, you don't have to make elaborate. We have already made your presentation. You make your point, please. Let others say something before we
recommend that we start that the law, Section 5 sub 1 sub A should be amended to make police as one of the category of persons to be exempted from contributions.
Thank you.
So that our widows, our next of kin who are
thank you, my learned
because of duty and their family are suffering for the past 10 years will benefit from the labor of their husbands and their fathers. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I want to observe the existing protocol. My name is Barrister Patrick, and I'm the National Advisor to National Association of Retired Paramilitary Officers. National Association of Paramilitary Officers. Sir, we are in agreement and we support the bill that proposes the removal of police from the contribution scheme. We are supporting unequivocally, and in making this support, sir, we are making a humble application to, and we urge and appeal unto you, this honorable committee, to extend this very necessary magnanimity to all the paramilitary institutions. Because the reason for this proposal is this: we suffer the same predicament in the course of work, we suffer the same hazard. And we are not allowed even to settle in the course of our duty. We are the only institutions that are moved at beck and call of the government and the authorities. You can be eating and call for duty requires that you leave that food, or you can be on top of your wife and you are called to leave that moment of enjoyment to go and carry out their constitutional duties.
Thank you. Sorry,
please.
please.
Sir, just a note, sir, a reminder.
Wait.
We have our paper.
Wait.
Removed from the civil service.
I think you have made your presentation and your points.
Sir, what is good for the goose is good for the ganders, because if other paramilitary institutions were removed, there is no basis why these other paramilitary agencies should not be included, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. No.
Just to point out, sir, or to emphasize what I've said, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm very grateful, sir. We have made our papers and I request you.
Mr. Chairman, sir.
Okay.
Members of this great house.
Okay, you are the last speaker, please.
My name is Uche Matukuma, the retired State Commissioner of Police. I'm from Rivers State. I sent in a private memo prior to this time. As a matter of reality, you may not believe it, I borrowed money to type and send them by air earlier from Port Harcourt. And when I came into Abuja, I ran around with friends and had to adjust it, which I said this morning. Well, I have had everything, no need repeating what everybody has said, but I want to say that in actual fact, I appreciate the Commissioner of Police because I have not met him in life, but I've been watching and listening to his program, and I believe he is a man who believes in fundamental human rights. Today, to be candid, I must say thanks to the Commissioner of Police for standing on this ground with this honorable house has taken. Sir, may I tell you, this is how I see you. Sometimes they say Daniel has come to judgment. This ninth assembly is not just a Daniel, but a Daniel with many angels, with King Solomon himself, come to judgment. We have suffered. You can't be that a policeman will retire and come to a beggar. I am a victim. It becomes a sin to be a police officer. I've not told my children how much I won't beg after my retirement, because it's a shame to imagine what I do. What you are doing today, I know you read everything I wrote here. What you are doing today has saved many lives, because the so-called PENCOM is the great facilitator of the death of many retired police officers.
Police officer.
And most of our children today have lost out in school educational pursuits because of what PENCOM have put us.
So you are in support of police to
I am totally support.
Okay,
anybody
thank you.
Against it is against the spirit of this country. No, sir, let me tell you, sir.
Thank you. What of
Sorry, I'm really bad, but I'm happy.
Thank you. Is it a free gift to the committee?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Last
one. The chairman and distinguished members, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Smart Olugbego, the National President, Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union. We have submitted our position on these two amendments. On the first amendment, we want to say categorically that we are in support of police exiting scheme. And this is because if we talk about synergy security situation, security is a function of being able to adequately take care of those who perform that function. It is discriminatory in the first instance
go to the
not
next,
to have
go to the
allowed
next
them
amendment.
to have exited. On the second amendment, which also directly affects my members in various colleges of education in Nigeria, we want to say that the 75% is actually our position and we are in support of it.
Thank you. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the final stage of this very important and historic public hearing. You don't want us to
May I observe the existing protocol?
From where, please?
The concerned public spirited citizen.
Huh?
I am Amos Ogboy, Esquire.
Okay, 1 minute, please. 1 minute.
As I said, my name is Amos Ogboy, Esquire. I represent the concerned citizen, public spirited citizens of this country. My chairman, why I am here in the first place is to support the exit of police from the contributory pension scheme. And not only that, by special grace of God, I'm a lawyer. I want to bring to the notice of the members of this house that on the 2nd of February this year, lawyers who were going to court from Warri were kidnapped.
Sir, are you in support of...
Yes, I'm in support because right now,
okay, what is the second
any person
amendment?
who does not support the exiting of police from the contributing pension scheme is just causing problem to the state and the country.
Okay,
in
what
terms
is
of
the
security. People are now showing apathy. The youth who
Can
are
you go to the
unemployed
second
are showing
amendment,
apathy in the recruitment exercise that has just recently been concluded.
Can you go to the second amendment?
The second amendment supported the 75% pension increase or so.
Okay,
It's supported.
Thank you, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, the representative, the representative of the Inspector General of Police, DIG Lemo, and the other senior police officers here are present. The Director General National Pension Commission and the other senior management staff and board members of the National Pension Commission, the NLC and Trade Union Congress, the panel, other senior stakeholders, our invited guests. I will use this opportunity on behalf of this very important committee, House Committee on Pension, to thank you all for honoring our invitations and for your presentations. I will assure you, members of the committee, that you are going to thoroughly go through your presentations and at the end of the day, come out with something that will be happy for the entire people of this great nation, inshallah. We are going to do our best. Let us pray, and I believe everything, inshallah, is going to come to reality. We appreciate you. On behalf of the Speaker, Right Honorable Bajabe Miller, I wish you simply return to our various destination. Thank you. May Allah bless all of us. I mean, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I hereby move an amendment to the Somebody support.